Welcome back, treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the electrifying world of rare Washington quarter dollars. Coins so valuable, they can turn ordinary pocket change into pure gold. Stay with me, because the top four quarters we're about to reveal aren't just rare, they're legendary. One of these could be hiding in your home right now, waiting to change your fortune forever. Let's unlock the secrets of the most valuable Washington quarters ever discovered. Let's get started. The 1981 Washington quarter dollar is one of those coins that hides in plain sight, quiet, ordinary, and unnoticed by most people, yet carrying the potential to surprise even experienced collectors. While millions of these coins were struck for everyday use, only a tiny handful possess unusual characteristics that elevate them from common pocket change to eye-catching pieces of numismatic treasure. These unexpected survivors of minting quirks, condition miracles, and sharp strikes are exactly what collectors crave, and they have become the stars of bidding wars across coin-buying communities. What makes the 1981 quarter especially fascinating is how it sits at the crossroads of modern coinage and old-school minting methods. This era still relied heavily on mechanical precision rather than advanced digital quality control, creating the perfect environment for rare mint errors to slip through unnoticed. Today, when such coins surface, their uniqueness transforms them into highly desirable collectibles, sometimes commanding jaw-dropping offers from passionate enthusiasts who know exactly what they're looking at. One of the most prized factors with any Washington quarter is its condition. A 1981 coin preserved with razor-sharp details, original luster, and untouched surfaces becomes a miniature time capsule from 4 decades ago. These high-grade survivors are incredibly difficult to find because most 1981 quarters circulated heavily, rubbing away the delicate lines in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. When a mint state piece appears, it becomes a visual feast, bright, crisp, and undeniably special. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that seem to glow with their natural mint shine. A 1981 quarter with deep, swirling luster that dances across its surface under light can hold value far beyond its face amount. This radiant sheen is the first clue experts use to judge whether the coin has lived a life free from scratches, pockets, and coin jars. If a coin still looks as though it just left the press, it's no longer just currency, it becomes a prize. Another excitement-generating category is error coins, those rare misstrikes that slip through the mint's fingertips. The 1981 quarters with dramatic off-center strikes, double-struck impressions, or missing designs instantly attract attention, because no two are identical. Each error coin tells a story, a frozen moment when the machine malfunctioned, leaving behind a piece of metal artistry that collectors love to showcase. One of the most dramatic errors associated with Washington quarters is the double die effect, where the design appears doubled due to misalignment during the engraving transfer. If a 1981 quarter exhibits clear doubling on Washington's lettering, his profile, or the eagle's wings, that coin can skyrocket in desirability. Such doubling gives the coin an unmistakable, ghost-like appearance that collectors find irresistible. There are also rare instances where a quarter is struck on the wrong planchet, a coin blank mint for another denomination. Imagine a 1981 quarter that weighs less because it was accidentally struck on a dime planchet, or one that appears golden because it was struck on a foreign coin blank. These unusual misstrikes are extremely scarce, and when they surface, expert appraisers pay immediate attention, knowing that such coins often bring astonishing prices. Another thrilling aspect for collectors is the concept of die varieties. Over time, the dies used to strike coins wear down, crack, or become altered through repeated use. Some 1981 quarters reveal interesting die clashes, die chips, or subtle design shifts that make them stand out. These tiny differences, almost invisible to a casual observer, are the microscopic details that give certain coins irresistible charm. While 1981 isn't typically considered a year of low mintage, pristine examples from this date are still surprisingly elusive. That scarcity and high grade creates the perfect storm. Plenty of collectors want them, but few truly exceptional pieces exist. This imbalance fuels competition, pushing values higher whenever a flawless coin hits the market, especially if it has been graded by a professional service. What really stirs excitement is the rising trend of collectors turning their attention toward modern-era coins. For years, people believed only old silver coins had value, but in recent times, rare-condition modern coins, especially those from the 1980s, have started achieving impressive prices. A sharp, shimmering 1981 Washington quarter can easily outperform older coins if it offers rarity, beauty, and unmistakable eye appeal. Some collectors treat these quarters not just as currency, but as tiny sculptures. They admire the bold strike of Washington's portrait, the texture in his hair, and the impressive symmetry of the eagle spreading its wings on the reverse. When a coin brings these design elements to life with crisp detail, it becomes more than metal. It becomes art, and art has value that far exceeds its humble origins. There are stories of people finding rare 1981 quarters in old jars, inherited collections, or even mixed bags purchased from estate sales. These accidental discoveries remind everyone that rare coins often hide in the most ordinary places. The thrill of potentially uncovering one fuels the imaginations of hobbyists everywhere, inspiring them to check every quarter that passes through their hands. One reason these coins feel so mysterious is that no one knows exactly how many rare varieties still exist. Mint errors are never recorded in official books, and high-grade survivors are simply needles in a massive haystack. This uncertainty means that anyone, anywhere, could be holding a surprisingly valuable 1981 quarter without realizing it, a possibility that adds to the magic of collecting. With a rising interest in numismatics and an exploding online community of collectors, rare coins like these have entered the spotlight. Videos showcasing valuable quarters often go viral, fueling curiosity and prompting everyday people to start hunting. This increased attention has elevated the prestige of coins from the 1980s, turning them into modern-day treasure for those lucky enough to find them. So whenever you come across a 1981 Washington quarter, don't brush it off as just another piece of change. Hold it up to the light, feel its weight, and study its details. It might be the key to a small fortune, or even a life-changing surprise. In the world of rare coins, the ordinary can become extraordinary in an instant, and your next discovery could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Now turn the second Washington $quarter 1983 coin. When collectors talk about valuable American coins, the conversation often shifts toward the Washington quarter, and among them, the 1983 issue has quietly risen to legendary status. At first glance, it looks like a normal quarter, the kind you might overlook in spare change. Yet hidden within this humble coin is a story of rarity, survival, and unexpected value that has captured the imagination of collectors for decades. Many people still don't know that certain 1983 Washington quarters are worth far more than face value because of something unusual that happened the year they were minted. To understand why the 1983 quarter stands out, you must go back to the early 1980s, a time when the U.S. Mint struggled with production quality due to budget issues and heavy public demand for circulated coinage. As a result, 1983 quarters were struck with very little emphasis on collector-grade quality, meaning most of them entered circulation immediately. Unlike other years, no official mint sets were produced in 1983, leaving collectors with extremely limited ways to obtain pristine examples. This shortage is exactly why high-grade survivors are so desirable today. Because the Mint released nearly all 1983 quarters directly into circulation, the majority became worn, scratched, dinged, and heavily used. Even today, if you find a 1983 quarter in pocket change, you'll almost certainly see signs of rough handling. This is what makes sharply struck, well-preserved pieces so difficult to locate. Collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for coins that defy the odds and survive in near-perfect condition, transforming ordinary change into something surprisingly valuable. Among the most coveted versions is the 1983 P quarter, the one minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark. This coin has achieved iconic status, because truly mint-state examples are incredibly scarce. Not only are they harder to find than many earlier Washington quarters, but examples graded by professional services in superb condition can soar in value. While millions of 1983 quarters were made, only a tiny fraction of them exist in the pristine form demanded by top collectors. The 1983 D quarter, minted in Denver, has its own claim to fame. Although more consistent in quality than the Philadelphia strike, it still suffers from the same issue. Most were circulated instead of preserved. What surprises many collectors is how dramatically the value increases when the quarter is found with sharp details, lustrous surfaces, and minimal marks. These Denver pieces also boast their own set of interesting varieties, adding a layer of excitement for those hunting hidden treasures. One of the reasons the 1983 quarter has grown so popular is the existence of striking errors that occurred during minting. Certain examples show off-center strikes, double designs, clipped planchets, and misaligned dies that turn a routine coin into something rare and eye-catching. These errors were not intentionally made, but happened because of mechanical strain on high-speed production machinery. Each error coin tells a unique story, with no two examples exactly alike. Collectors especially prize double die varieties, quarters where parts of the design appear doubled due to misalignment during the die creation process. While not all doubling commands massive prices, a strong double die on the date, lettering, or portrait can turn an ordinary 1983 quarter into a highly desirable collectible. These coins are often found only by careful inspection, meaning one could still be waiting in a jar of old change in someone's home. Another attraction of a 1983 quarter is the dramatic difference in value between circulated and uncirculated examples. A heavily worn quarter might still be worth only face value, but the same date in a flawless, untouched condition can command significant premiums among collectors. This huge gap in value is what keeps treasure hunters excited, as it proves that condition can transform even the most common coin into something extraordinary. The absence of 1983 mint sets is perhaps the biggest factor boosting rarity. For nearly all other modern years, collectors could rely on mint sets to supply perfectly struck, well-preserved coins. But in 1983, no such sets existed. This forced collectors to search among circulation strikes, where preserving perfection was nearly impossible. The result is a modern coin with an unexpectedly low population in gem grades, which naturally drives up demand and price. Even today, major grading companies emphasize the difficulty of finding a true mint state 1983 quarter with crisp details and clean surfaces. Coins graded at the highest levels often become centerpieces of advanced Washington quarter collections. The charm of this date lies not in precious metals, because these quarters are copper-nickel, but in rarity born from survival. It proves that a coin does not need silver or gold to become valuable. The story of a 1983 quarter is also a reminder that everyday coins can hold hidden potential. Many collectors have found valuable examples in old jars, drawers, or forgotten boxes of pocket change. This thrill of discovery fuels the excitement behind this particular year. You never know when a plain-looking quarter might be one of the rare survivors worth far beyond its humble face value. Another compelling aspect is how the 1983 quarter has become a gateway for new collectors. Its dramatic price jumps, interesting varieties, and scarcity in high grade have made it a popular coin to research and hunt for. Many beginners start their collecting journey by looking for this specific date, and in doing so, they learn about grading, minting errors, and the history of U.S. coin production. Although stories online sometimes exaggerate values, the truth remains that 1983 Washington quarters can indeed be worth surprising amounts when found in exceptional condition or with dramatic errors. While not every piece is worth thousands, some examples have achieved eye-opening prices at auctions. The key is rarity combined with condition, a powerful combination that drives collector interest and fuels the mystique behind this iconic year. This coin also serves as a lesson about the unpredictability of numismatics. No one in 1983 imagined that a simple quarter could one day become a modern treasure. Yet because of minting challenges, the absence of collector sets, and the harsh conditions of circulation, it evolved into something far more desirable than anyone anticipated. It stands as proof that even small details in the minting process can dramatically affect future value. In the end, the 1983 Washington quarter is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of hidden opportunity. Every collector dreams of finding a rare gem where no one else thought to look, and this coin embodies that dream perfectly. If you own old US coins, especially ones from the early 1980s, it's always worth examining them closely. You never know when an ordinary piece of change could reveal extraordinary value and rewrite the story of your collection forever.